Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly developer update. So for this week, I'm going to show you what me and a couple friends of mine made for the Game Maker's Toolkit game jam, which as you can see there was a lot of entries, so it was a massive game jam. But it was for 48 hours. We had to make a game themed around join together. That was the theme, which I thought was an okay theme. When I first heard it, I wasn't immediately enthusiastic, but I also wasn't super against it. I think it was a very okay theme for me. So, in the 48 hours, me and two of my mates made a game called what we called Conga. So basically, I'll show some gameplay while I explain it. I also found out how to build my game as a WebGL, which is quite cool. So you can see you've got a little how to play menu, and basically it's a little like snake in a way. What you'll do, you'll move around and walk into the coloured, like the people in the coloured shirts, and they'll get added to the conga line. Oh, I hit the edge there. So yeah, you have to not hit the edges, or the waiters that come past. But basically, how it works is you have to try and match 3 of the same colour in a row. The way you do that is by left and right clicking. As you can see, it cycles through the conga line on like who's highlighted. So what you can do is you can press space on a highlighted one, go to another one, press space, and it'll swap them. So if you manage to get 3 in a line, then it'll like burst into confetti and you'll get some points. There. So as you can see, if I try and swap this yellow to there, see, get some points. It's quite funny, there's little like cheer sound effects you hear, where me and my friends actually recorded all the sounds ourselves, well, the like voice sounds ourselves. Oh, I hit a waiter there. As you can see, it's just a fun little game, which I don't think it's anything crazy by any means, but I think it's a good concept, and for 48 hours to make a game for 3 people, I think that's a pretty solid attempt. It was quite interesting as well, because I've never had to do a game jam in such a short period of time. As all the other game jams I've entered have usually been like at least a week. Let's go. Yeah, the waiters only and the edges only kill the player if the lead touches them like that. Just because we found that if you dodged the waiter and then the waiter hit another bit of the conga line, it just felt a bit unfair and a little too difficult. So we thought this fits the theme of matching quite well. I'm not matching, sorry, the theme of join together, as the whole game is joining the conga line. And we thought the whole matching 3 colours aspect of it was an interesting idea. I think we executed it fairly well, although I do think there are some things we could have improved, say if we had more time for this. Like for example, making it more clear like what person the cue's highlighted, or having some sort of UI element that tells you if they're highlighted. Because if you're moving, especially on this white floor here, it can be a little hard to tell who's highlighted. But all in all, I think this was a pretty solid game. I'm quite happy with it. So, as for my contributions in this, I actually didn't do, well, any of the art here. We had, one of us did a lot of the like programming and coding, and then another one of my friends did a lot of the art. So what I ended up doing is I created the music for this, as you saw a few weeks ago I went after the FL Studio, as well as the lighting and like little just like particle effects, lighting, the menus, and I'm hooking up a lot of the animations for quite a while. But yeah, I ended up doing a lot of the in the Unity editor stuff, which I didn't mind doing. I think it made a change from doing art, although I think I do definitely still prefer doing the art in the games. However, it was a nice change of pace to do something else for a change. And I think the music turned out alright. I just had to have that basic, like, conga drum line, that duh. And as for the music, there was also another version of the music, which my group didn't think really fit the theme as well. However, and I think they were correct, however, it has some stuff in it that I actually think sounded really good, and I'd kind of want to adapt into a different song in a way. So here, I'll show you this real quick. It has that same build as what you heard in the game, but it has a bit of an end to it. So that's the version of the song that didn't actually make it into the game. However, I'm really happy with how this, I think it's like 22 seconds to like around the 30s, this saxophone part. At the end of the film. I'm very happy with how this bit ended up sounding. And I think I'd definitely like to adapt this notes in this saxophone part to a different game. Such as say have some of the notes in this incorporated into the Soulbound Possession platformer game I want to work on. But I was quite happy with how that turned out. So, other than that, I think that's almost everything. Quite a few people have rated the game, which is quite nice, and quite a lot of people have left quite nice and constructive comments, which I agree with for the most part. And yeah, I'm just quite happy with how the game turned out. I think it's not perfect, and it could have been better. However, I think for 3 people in 2 days, I think it's a pretty solid attempt, and I'm quite happy with the final product. So, I think that is everything. I'll leave a link to the itch page in the description below if you want to check out the game. Just have a go. But other than that, I think that is everything. As for next week, and one last thing is, for my university work, I actually got my project preference form back. So it's now confirmed for my next year, like, big final year project, I'll be making a turn-based strategy game. So as for next week, I think I'm torn, because on one hand, I do want to work on Orbit, because I think it is a good idea. However, it has been a little while since I've done some like completely new pixel art and that. So for next week, I'm planning either to do some new pixel art and concepts for a turn-based strategy game, or it really is the grass is greener on the other side situation, because now I'm working on Orbit. That I'm working on Orbit, I'm thinking I want to be working on, on the other game concept, and I want to be working on pixel art for the turn-based strategy game. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to work on for next week, but I guess we'll see. I might do a bit of both. I might do some work on Orbit and some pixel art for a turn-based strategy game. We'll just have to see. But on that note, thanks for watching. Go check out the game if you want, and I'll see you all next week. Alright, peace.